Hey everybody, this is Josh Olive with Haven Comics. If you want to see somebody struggle to answer questions that you can answer and win prizes, stick around because that's probably what's going to happen. Hey everybody, it is Thursday night. That means that we are doing Haven Comics quiz show. So that's the show where we ask questions and we have a contestant on to answer the questions. And if they win, they answer the question correctly, they get the prize with that question. If they don't, you get a shot at doing it. And that seems pretty cool. We don't know why we do this or why we give this stuff away, but I'm sure we have good reasons. My co-host Jeremy Bernard, the official realtor of Haven Comics. Why do we do this again?
I think you forgot the reason because time has slipped into a meaningless nothing since the pandemic. Every single day is exactly the same as the last one.
That could be it because that feels very true to me.
We miss you guys. We haven't hung out. I mean, where have you been? What are you doing? We don't know. So now we can talk. That's what this is about, touching base. And why don't we give some stuff away, too, at the same time?
I like giving stuff away. That's fun.
I like giving stuff away. Stuff is good. People like stuff.
People do tend to like stuff. Let's jump over on the chat and see who all we have here so far. We have Travis Goodman. Hey, Travis. Ooh, Quizmasters. We have a new title.
I'm into it.
That's pretty cool. I dig that. I feel very a magnanimous Quizmaster. The Breedlove Asylum, Alan Breedlove. Or is it Mark? Who knows? It's good to see you, sir. And Spider-Girl 42, my favorite of all the Spider-Girls. How are you doing out in Spider-Girl land? Whoever you are, secret identity, Spider-Girl person. Feel free to respond with...
And she's the 42nd of them, so the multiverse is just expanding fast. They got together and they're like, man, we need numbers. So,
can you guys hear my puppy losing her mind?
Is that what that is?
Yeah. Uh-oh. Michael Floyd is on from Ohio. The Grand Council of Quiz Elders. This is good.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, me too.
Have you by chance... Michael is in Ohio, so he's not anywhere near us locally, but have you had a chance to see the work that he does on alien toys and statues and stuff? Like xenomorph aliens?
I have. You showcased it one time, but do we have a picture?
I don't have one handy. I just thought of it, but man, he does amazing work. It is so cool.
You know what we need? I think we need a landing page for Haven Comics, and we need some friends of the page links. We got some cool people.
That's a good idea, and it would also be cool. Michael, we should bring you on the show as a guest. I think that would be awesome. So why don't we do that? Let's find a good Thursday night for you and bring you on as a guest. Also, Spider-Girl 42, if you can either in your Spider-Girl persona or another, that's cool too. Whatever works for you. Spider-Girl says it's quiet here compared to where we are. So her dog is not barking, assuming she has such a thing.
Spider dog.
Owen Anderson, everybody. This is the man who writes our questions every week. So a big round of applause to him because that's a hard job. Alice Jordan, hello. How are you? Travis Goodwin.
Alice Jordan's a new face for me. I'm glad to see.
I also don't recognize this name, so maybe the first time joining us. If so, welcome.
Thanks for popping on.
So glad to have you. Thanks for coming. You didn't have to bring a gift. Perry Goodwin from Texas. Man, we got people all over. This is awesome. Hey, man, it's not flattery, dude. I have seen your work, and you do amazing work.
Travis talking to his dad right here in the comments, and you saw it first. Here.
Zachary Jordan. We got all kinds of people named Jordan joining us today. This is fantastic. Welcome. Appreciate you dropping by. With that, I think we should probably go to our prize cam. For anybody who's new to the show, we have the absolute best prize cam in the business. There is none better because most prize cams, as you know, are boring and kind of static. Our prize cam has some attitude and a sense of whimsy, I think, is accurate. Another new name here, Nate Dow. Hey, how are you, sir? Welcome aboard. And here is the world famous prize cam.
So the prize cam is showcasing everything we have on the block to win today. You might notice a small theme. It doesn't run super deep, but you've got some Vision and Scarlet Witch stuff for the drop of WandaVision tomorrow. We've also got, Christine gave us some Stitched. They are sanitizer bags for you to clip to your belt or purse or whatever.
There's actually a bottle in there you can fill with hand sanitizer too.
Absolutely. So that's awesome.
Or if you want to put vodka in there, I guess you could do that.
Whatever you want. I mean, it's an emergency kit. We've got some Haven comic stickers. We've got my comic. We've got a Spider-Woman original.
Now, when you say my comic, tell people what you mean by that.
This is a comic I did earlier. Well, I guess it's 2020 now. The times have melted together, right? So it's just a comic I kickstarted. Got a couple of my stories and then the 3 different artists in it. Hey, Justin, how are you? We've also got some variant comics over here, Web of Venom, and we've also got Divided We Fall, the Ultimates. Ultimates. Super fun run of...
that is a gorgeous cover. Look at that.
Isn't it? So, and then our grand prize...
that Doctor Who lunchbox?
The Doctor Who lunchbox. And then we've also got...
So I have a question. Is it actually bigger on the inside?
The winner's going to have to tell us. I dare not look.
It's like a bottomless thermos in there, I bet. Don't hold me to that, but it might be.
And then we've got a game. The grand prize tonight is Onitama. It's like chess.
I bet it's actually not called that. I bet that's not how you pronounce that word at all. So our guest tonight actually speaks Japanese to some extent, at least. So hopefully he can help us with the correct pronunciation of that.
And the prize cam, if you are on Wi-Fi, maybe hop off of it or hop on Wi-Fi. I don't know. You're just a little jilty, but we'll get that fixed.
We have the best prize cam. Don't you tell the prize cam's business.
The prize cam knows what she's doing. All right. Let's bring Jake back on. Jake.
Oh, hi.
Correct me.
Here's our guest. We haven't introduced him yet.
Oh, now we did.
Let's try that again. We'll try it again. And our guest this week is the one and only Jake.
Hey. I exist for a second time.
That you do. How are you, Jake?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing pretty good.
So, not everybody on here knows you, although some people are clearly firmly in your corner. Everybody's excited. Check this out. Look at this.
Oh my God.
Actually, Jake, are you wearing khakis? Because we need to know.
No, I am actually not today. If I were still at the Space and Rocket Center, I would most likely still be doing them, yes.
Are you wearing pants? That is a big question.
I do have the red shirt. I did not even think about that.
Oh, that's hysterical. He's going to pull a Star Trek, everybody.
Which era? That's the only thing I have to ask.
The era where red shirt equals death, I think.
Oh, dear. That's the best. That's.
I mean, that's just ubiquitous now, like with red shirt.
All right.
I mean, you gave
me.
I think everybody clearly knows Jake and is rooting for Jake hard. I mean, I've never seen this many people like, yeah, go Jake. I mean, look at this. This is amazing. So, Jake, 3 questions. One, everybody let us know. We got this little crawl here for people who are new to the show. So they know kind of how this works. Let us know if that bugs you or if you like it, if you hate it, if you want us to make it say something else like Kerry Jordan makes the receipts at the store say different things, and he's the only one that knows how to program the register, so I can't do it, and so he makes it say things about me. And 2, welcome, Jake. Tell us, for those who don't know you and are cheering for you, which I think is nobody, tell us a little bit about you and your nerd cred.
Right. So, yeah, my name is Jake, as in from State Farm. That is how I had to introduce myself for like the past 4 years. It's great. Uh, um, but I guess in terms of like nerd cred, all I really have is that like I used to work for you.
Well, yeah, you
But
work at a comic book shop. That puts you way high on the nerd meter. Boop, 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 boop.
there, and I did live in Japan for like 3 years.
So speaking of which, how do you pronounce the name of that game?
Yeah, Onitama.
Oni.
I wasn't that far off.
You said
You were
Amitama.
wrong, but-
You were totally wrong. In Japanese, Amitama is where you go to the bathroom. We all know that.
It's not that either, but that's okay.
I accept I was wrong. But, Jake, real quick, dig deep. What's your greatest hope and dream?
Oh, wow. That's
You got to challenge them. Everybody's like, I know this is 3 things about me.
Wow, way to put me on the spot there, Jeremy. Great. That's fantastic.
While you think about that, Southern Comic Geek in the house, everybody. How you doing, Southern Comic Geek? Glad to have you over. Always good to have folks who came over here through the Two Brothers Comics. So, man, it's awesome. And Southern Comic Geek, I believe, has a YouTube channel, a YouTube show, too, if I'm remembering that correctly. So go check that out, people. But look at this face. Look at that. Okay, Jake, you have to tell us if this is a real thing or if this is just Michael Floyd being a pill.
Nope, that's real.
Is it appropriate?
Would I be? Am I doing a bad thing by showing this?
No, you're fine.
So what
is it?
It's like, we like Jake. That's all it says.
Huh.
We got some returning champions here. Kim Middleton. It says hello from the Middletons. Shout out to them.
I just want you guys to know the Middletons brought their dog by Haven one day, and that made my day. That was awesome. That's the sweetest dog.
Josh, I know you got a dog bark in the background. Their dog, best looking dog, most photogenic dog. The Middleton's dog, Bear Middleton. That dog needs a calendar. So.
Well, especially in costume, when they did the Peter Pan and Peter Pan's shadow, and then they had the Nana hat on that dog.
Oh,
and
yeah,
that dog was like, I'm cool with this. I'll play Nana. It's all good. No, that was awesome.
Hey, Josh, real quick. You got any new cool stuff at the store?
Man, yeah, we get stuff in all the time. We haven't bought any big collections lately. We've bought a few. One cool thing, it's not old, but it's cool, that I just got is, I'll see if the glare is too bad, hey, embiggen me on the screen, will you, Jeremy?
Consider yourself in
sketch cover of Black Canary by Mike Grell.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is beautiful.
For those who have not personally met him and hung out and made him sign a table cover, Mike Grell is famously a writer and artist on Green Arrow.
Now, I also have this. Now, this is CGC graded or CBCS graded. It's done with 2 different things by Mike Grell. There is Green Arrow and Shadow sketch on here. And then there is, on the back, another Green Arrow sketch.
Right on.
That's his classic, typical Green Arrow that he does for conventions.
Can I give you an artist perspective on that drawing?
Yeah, the way that he doesn't draw the nose is amazing.
Yeah. And, I mean, it's all implied. He does a really great job. But I think as an artist, personally, people will sometimes watch me. Like, I can draw Venom in literally 20 seconds. I've timed myself. In less than 20 seconds, I can draw a Venom that people are like, wow, that's great. And, like, I'm not challenging myself right here. I don't have my stuff. But what happens is he's drawn that character so many times, I bet he can do it with his eyes closed. It's like muscle memory.
Oh, I absolutely believe that, because he can whip this image out in a matter of seconds. And I talked to him about the way he doesn't actually draw the nose on there. And he said, well, if I did, it might look wrong, but your brain fills it in and it looks perfect when your brain does it. Yeah. And I was like, dang it, you artists are such wily people. Crafty. But yeah, and this is incredible. Check that out.
Yeah, very slick.
Beautiful. So I know that doesn't qualify as anything cool and old, but it is cool.
That's cool.
And speaking of people who are cool, I got to tell you, this dude right here, Mr. Jeremy Long, the owner of the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. This is coming up April 9th through 11th, by the way, and you're going to want to be there. Jeremy just got back from CCC, a Hulk 181 that he picked up in a collection a couple of weeks ago, and it graded out at a 7.0. That thing is hot. It's beautiful. And people are lobbying for your 20-second Venom. So is that what you're doing right now?
Yeah.
Well, this I gotta see here.
I mean, it's not. This is not like the perfect version of it, but literally, like you just whip them out so quick, and it's because I've drawn that thing since I was a child.
You know, you are not wrong, Owen. I've got a great Phil Hester Green Arrow that I love, and it makes me quite happy. We could do that. We could have a segment where we draw something in 20 seconds every week. Okay, so everybody's wanting to hear the
Yeah, you're not off the hook.
Think about it. And that must be a sister who has remembered this?
That is my sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law. Yeah, because she totally is not letting you off the hook off that question.
No, she's not. She's texting me at the same time. It's great. Really, I think at this point, it's like great ambition is going back, and then maybe a goal I have. I don't know if it's a great ambition, but like my next goal was when the last time I was in Japan, I didn't get to go and visit like everywhere. So the next time I go, I want to try to visit every picture.
What's everywhere? Like literally every single store in Japan, every house.
He's gonna go door to door.
Yes, I'm gonna go door to door.
Say hello, may I am
your resident gaijin. Just hi, have me for like the next 20 minutes.
Hi, can I use your bathroom?
Hello, have me.
What are we having for dinner? Oh, you're being asked a question.
I will have to learn how to snowboard, yeah. So you're going to have to teach me that.
Spider Girl, maybe you could lend him some web shooters, and that would enable him to go faster to the everywhere.
That would be fun. If, at the same time, like, could it be like Tokusatsu Spider-Man who has the giant robot?
That's cheating. If you're everywhere all at once, are you really appreciating everywhere?
I mean, you could also be everywhere all at once and in tune with the universe. So,
hey, real quick before we get into the game, just a kind of PSA. If through some terrible mistake I have jilted you on a prize, I'm very sorry. I don't mean to. I want you to have your prizes, or I wouldn't give them to you. But message me, because sometimes people drop them in the chat. I can't keep up with it. I'm very sorry. I'd like to. I want to give everybody everything. But if you just send me a message, I'll make sure I'll go back and verify and then get you your stuff. So just, like a Facebook message, YouTube message, whatever. I'll check them after the show. So just I feel like I've missed a few, or have been alerted that I missed a few. I got a Post-it note the other day that I missed one. Just let me know. I want you all to have your stuff.
How dare you?
I'm sorry. I'm one man.
Somebody gave you a Post-it note?
Yeah. I just had a Post-it note in my box.
What's
Jeremy,
that?
how
Prize Cam's giving you a Post-it note like, here's ways you can improve your performance.
Also,
I'm going to move on. So let's start the show.
Nobody cares if you're a leopard on.
All
hey,
right.
Did you know that we're here to give away some prizes? Because this is... It's a quiz show.
Do those.
What we're doing right now.
Great.
I've been embigging this entire time. We are going to put Jake on the spot. We're going to ask Jake some questions.
I don't need
you don't want to be. I'll be embigging for just a second while I'm talking. We're going to ask Jake some questions. Jake is going to lose for every single one. He's not going to get any of them right. So, audience, you just need to be the first person to get it right in the chat, and you'll win that prize. We all know Jake is really going to get them all right. So you don't win it if Jake gets it, but we know Jake's going to get them wrong. So make sure you're on your toes the entire game. First person to get it right in chat, but also Jake's going to get them all. So, you can relax. So
what's our first prize? What are we giving away first?
Very first prize is this sick collection of Haven comic stickers and a little stabby thing.
Yeah, the stabby thing. You can put that through the lapel, through your tie. If you get like really dedicated, I guess you could make those earrings.
When did the stabby things happen? That's new.
Yeah, we've had the stabby things for a while now. They don't seem to be.
Oh, we got the fancy packs too,
like some of the others. But there's some. You could hurt yourself with that.
Yeah, don't leave it on a chair. But also, I'm throwing in a sketch I did of Deadpool. So I just have a couple sketches to unload. So I thought whoever wins this, maybe they like Deadpool. Maybe they like stabby things. They're getting that little stabby Haven Comics thing, right?
Okay, Deadpool is also a stabby thing, but more into you just read him stabbing other people as opposed to literally stabbing yourself or others.
No physical harm comes to you when you read Deadpool.
We can hook you up with that. Mental harm, psychological harm, yes, that can happen to you.
That's almost worse. Okay, so for the stabby things, for the stickers, for this Deadpool drawing that I'm giving away too, what DC comic hero does Alec Holland become after he and his wife are murdered and blown up in their lab?
Alec Holland. Okay. Oh boy. After they're blown up in the lab. I'm going to.
I have to admire a guy who gets blown up and then decides to become a hero after that. Like, you know what? My wife and I just got blown to Kingdom Come, but I'm going to become a hero.
I'm going to become a superhero at this point. Man, it's like, again, it's one of those things. Like, name is familiar, and I cannot. Like, I'm pretty sure he's in the JSA somewhere.
Let me give you a wrong answer. Maybe it'll spark your, the part of your brain that's got the right answer in it. It's not Dead Man.
It is not.
It's also not Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh, you do it.
Not Harry Potter.
I appreciate that, Kendall. Oh man, this is wrong. I know it's wrong. I want to say the Spectre, but I'm pretty sure it's wrong.
Oh man, that is wrong. Justin threw in the right answer first. It is Swamp Thing.
Oh God, I actually knew that.
I knew you knew it. I knew you knew it.
No, I knew that.
We just lost Jake. He's given himself up. He's so angry now.
No, it's like
you really just wanted Justin to get the stabby thing since he said he didn't have one, didn't you?
Yes, we're colluding.
Oh hell yeah.
We're colluding. Oh, and this is for you, Alan Breedlove, right here. Look at this nonsense. This is insane.
Let it down, my man. You don't get to tease us if you're not going to let it down.
I'll do it toward the end when it's less in my way.
All right, so we're going to bring the prize cam back. We're going to show off prize 2 is going to be this beautiful sanitizer clip, so you can stay safe and
on an airplane.
Yeah.
It's the right size. And again, it doesn't have to be hand sanitizer. That could be vodka or whatever.
I want to know where she found this fabric.
Yeah, it's cool.
I could go for that because I tell you, I'm getting to the point where this has got to go. This is nuts. It has been 13 months since I had a haircut.
Why don't you do Locks of Love?
Well, won't be long before I'm at the point where I can do that. There you go. This is what you have to put in there.
Rum. Where did all the rum go?
Why is the rum gone?
All right,
There you
Josh.
go. I like how she's thinking. All right. So for your very own bottle of rum, that you have to provide the rum.
The only way that works.
What actor was originally cast to voice Shrek and actually even recorded some of the dialogue for the film before he passed away?
No.
And the role was recast with Mike Myers.
Chris Farley.
Good job. Great job. Knew that right away.
Yeah, it's like I've listened to bits. I think they've released some of the dialogue, and I think I've listened to it. And like it's very different. Like Mike Myers basically went and reworked the entire thing.
We've got a strong opinion about Wonder Woman 1984. I don't know if anybody else shares it, but I do.
What, have you seen it?
Oh, yes, I've seen Wonder Woman 1984. I fast-forwarded
Don't say
through so
that like,
much of
Of course
that.
I have.
Oh, man.
There's a 99.9% chance you've not seen any movie that someone names.
That is true. You say that literally every time.
What do you guys want from me? I don't watch terrible movies.
Apparently you do.
Wonder Woman 1984. I don't want to stay on it too long because I'm getting a little bit of PTSD thinking about it. It was bad. It was not good.
It felt like it was written very stream of consciousness. And I do wonder if there is like bits that would have made it make sense ended up on the cutting room floor. God only knows.
Yeah. We're going to have to get the, who directed? What was her name? We're going to have to get the director's cut. Like, we're getting the Snyder cut, and then, man, I can't remember any of these guys' names.
Still the director on it, so we just got the director's cut.
Yeah, well, the thing about that is that, like, how long did they have to make this movie? Like, several years. They had that several years to do that. So, sometimes I can understand it, like, the Blade Runner director's cut, that was very different. But if you need a director's cut to understand a film, like I don't get the Snyder cut. He had complete creative control and freedom over that movie, so why do we need a director's cut that's 5 hours long?
But not for that one. It was given to what was his name? I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Joss Whedon.
Yeah, it was Joss Whedon. But...
And you know, Zack Snyder, you love him, you hate him, whatever, who cares? His kid died in the middle of that.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to bail because his kid died. I get that. Like, I give that man some props for choosing to bail because that would have been a really hard decision.
I actually think Zack Snyder's a good filmmaker. He just doesn't make good superhero movies.
Yeah, he's made some really good movies. I don't know. Did you guys not like Watchmen?
I did like The Watchmen, actually.
I watched The Watchmen.
Hey, you've seen
everything.
All right, so question 3. Jake.
Mm-hmm.
What's the prize for question 3?
Hold on. Jake, have you supported me as a friend and purchased my comic book?
I actually haven't.
All right, you're going to have to.
I have been meaning to do that, and I just never have.
You're going to have to read it, and now you get to feel good about supporting me. You don't have to feel shame anymore when you win this question. If you haven't been paying attention to every other single one, I give this away on the third question every time. This is a collection of 3 stories that I wrote. It was drawn by a local artist, Tom Price, my brother, and then another really cool guy, Rick Pastos. He drew a story about a dude turning into a lizard. It's pretty fun. It's a good read. So,
is that dude's name Dr. Connors?
You know, he's unnamed. He could be Dr. Connors if you want him to be.
Just believe that in your headspace, Josh.
Yeah, he's got both arms before he turns into a lizard, so...
You know...
To also be fair, Dr. Connors eventually grew the second arm before that happened, too.
Did he grow it as a human? He did, right?
Yeah. Like that was the entire point in the first place.
Jake, you have this. You have the answer to this question. I know you do.
Okay.
What non-android Star Trek character has an artificial heart?
Picard.
Of course.
Is it the
Congrats.
Jarvik?
Yeah, no, like if I got that question wrong, then there's at least one person I know on the stream who would be very disappointed in me, considering that we've watched the entire Picard series together.
As a young man, Jean-Luc Picard was stabbed through the back during a bar brawl, piercing his heart. That's extreme. I didn't know that.
A little bit, and then that led to probably the single greatest episode of PNG. So, I actually wrote a paper on that episode.
Got some love for my comic book from.
You
Owen
wrote a
Anderson.
paper on that episode. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Did that for my
a very surprised chemistry professor. This is great, Jake, but why did you give me this?
Writing it on the work?
Well, that's awesome. See, he's on a roll now. He just wanted Justin to have the stabby thing at the beginning.
To be 100% fair, I actually want the stabby thing.
No.
I'm very sad I didn't get that episode because Swamp Thing under Snyder was amazing.
So what is our next prize, Jeremy?
Our next prize, let's cut to the prize cam and see what they want it to be. It is going to be this Doctor Who lunchbox.
So
Is it bigger on the inside?
Tell us if it's actually bigger on the inside.
Oh!
Better. It's got a little gelatinous thingy. Gelatinous feely thing.
I believe that's a Ghostwriter.
It is.
He's having a bad day. That's what if the South Park guys drew Ghost Rider. That's what it looks like. It kills me every time. We have the best prize cam ever. So, for your very own Doctor Who lunchbox, which I'm quite certain that if you decide, you know what, I just don't need a lunchbox, that Christine May would love to have, I bet you. She strikes me as a Doctor Who person. All you have to do is answer this question.
Okay.
In Doctor Who, what food item does the 11th Doctor, Matt Smith, ask for when he first meets Amelia Pond?
Custard and fish sticks.
You sound very sure about that answer.
I know that's what he eventually eats. I don't think it was the first thing he ever asked for.
Do you remember the first thing he asked for? Because you said that's what he eventually eats.
I will say it is not Funyuns.
Man, it's like I love Matt Smith, but
I don't even know how to.
Williams, how you doing comics and death metal himself.
I don't even know
I'm
how
going
to
to
check this
stick
question.
with fish sticks and custard.
You got a lot of people. You got a lot of people that are supporting you on that answer, but we got one person that's got the same answer as Owen. So it's an apple.
It's not Twinkies.
It is the apple.
Does that ring a bell?
It does. Because I remember that he then ended up using that for like explaining some kind of concept.
Hey, I know I lose nerd cred every single time I'm on the show.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Doctor Who. I don't know.
If you never watch an episode of Doctor Who and you just want to watch one, what would you recommend, Jake?
Most people would probably say Blink. Blink is really good.
Is that the one with Van Gogh?
You saying Blake or Blink?
Van Gogh episode is also really good. Blink is during 10. So that's David Tennant. That's the first Weeping Angels episode, where the Doctor actually doesn't. No, Justin, no. Where the Doctor.
Owen is after me.
But like Blink is generally a lot of people's favorites. I would probably say that one's really high up there. So yeah, it really doesn't have the Doctor in it, but the writing is just really, really good. Ooh, the War Doctor is supposed to be awesome.
You know, I might not know every single thing about every single comic, but I do love them. That's why I draw things like this.
Just go back to that. That right there is glorious, and that is hanging up at the store right now. If you guys want to go in and see that, it is beautiful.
I wish I had that print.
That's in my sketchbook this year. It's like a comic book size thing, so it's not like a full blown print. But
That's
also,
a different blank, buddy.
my love of comics also extends to Swamp Thing. This was something that Josh commissioned me to do. The Swamp Thing and Ophelia, or Venom. That's Josh Olive as Venom. One of my favorite things that I've drawn in a long time. You don't have to be crazy to work here, but I am. So, maybe I don't know everything, but, I love them. I love them too. I'm a big Spider-Man guy, comic book guy.
Ooh, I like this. Yes, that would be amazing. Why hasn't anybody done that?
Because they're competing companies. Right?
I didn't stop amalgam.
So Spider-Man and Superman have been in the same comic.
Yeah, you're right.
Justin has had a request here.
Yes,
tell us about the sketchbook. Well, luckily, I have one in arm's reach. My sketchbook. I'm going to embiggen myself real quick.
Embiggen!
Every 2 years, I do a sketchbook of the things that I have drawn that are worth looking at. I draw a lot of garbage. You guys saw me draw something and throw it away earlier. That's 85% of the stuff that I draw. But there's so much glare. That's what you get. So this is just some of the things that I liked. I have space. I'm going to sketch in every single one. This is where I'm going to sign it. But you'll have some things that people haven't seen. Just some portraits and things. You'll have some things that still things you haven't seen. This was a
that was a cover for a comic book, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is for a cover for a Kickstarter comic that is coming out soon. And it's cool because you get to see, this is my work, and then you get to see what the color artist did to it. So, my work, I like it. It's cool. But then the color artist, wow. It's an interesting thing to see what they do. Here's another one. It's a commission. This guy's dad was on MCA. It's a karate show from the 80s. It's like a Fox Kids morning show. This is Great Wolf, but his dad is Great Wolf, which is really cool. And then this, everybody likes this.
That really is one of my favorite pieces of yours.
But then you get to see, this was the digital sketch. This was my flats on it. This is what the colorist did to it. But then you also get some just random garbage. These are some Pokemon. You get some other commissions. You might recognize some of these faces.
Yep, I do.
You get to see, this is just the idea sketch that I did for this. The finished one looks super slick, but when you look at the idea, you get to see the actual process. Here's that Swamp Thing that we were just talking about.
That's a 2-page spread there. That's awesome.
I did a craft paper series for a minute. There's a Joker. Let me jump back to also in craft paper, you got Marla Singer, Tyler Durden, and Boba Fett. And you just got some stuff in here that I thought was good.
I did love the tiny man thing just popping out of the back.
Thank you. This is one of my favorite things nobody's seen yet. This is my Into the Spider-Verse. There's 29 Spider-Men on this. 29 little spider guys. It's being colored right now. I'm going to make that a print. It's going to be slick. So that's what I'm working on.
Spectacular.
I still think you draw me and Spider-Man. So
would you say I draw something well?
You draw a really good Spider-Man.
Thank you.
And Mysterio.
Can never get enough Mysterio.
No.
So I think I'm feeling like we need to head up north and see if we can find a polar vortex.
Ooh. When I head to the prize cam and get to the...
And so you don't get too overexcited and give the answer away to people. We're going to drop you backstage real quick, Jake.
The prize cam is making sure to represent. The prize cam is just a little choppy tonight. Sorry about that, but we're representing Canada because a lot of really cool, great stuff comes out of Canada. And we, there are our partners to the north. We should respect it. They make really cool things. The person that we're going to talk about tonight, super cool, really cool. Very
what's
happy he
our prize
exists.
for this? You haven't said.
That is a $25 gift card to Haven Comics. If your hopes and dreams can be purchased for $25 at Haven Comics, then we're going to fulfill them. We're sending you your hopes and dreams. Literally, all you need to do is come to Haven and pick them up. So you're only eligible for this if you are in the audience tonight. Jake is not eligible for this.
That's why we took him off the camera.
Because, in the past, some of our guests have been too good. And we need to make sure we limit them so they can't succeed. With that in mind, the $25 gift card, not their success. What Canadian comic book writer has won 4 Eisner Awards for his work on Y: The Last Man and Saga?
I know. I guess I shouldn't say.
Not until we got an answer. All right, audience.
Repeat the question. There you go.
What Canadian comic book writer has won 4 Eisner Awards for his work on Y: The Last Man and Saga? I'm going to tell you, it is not Justin Bieber. It is not Warren Ellis. Justin, do you really go to Canada every few years? I haven't seen you up there.
Do you see everyone up there who visits?
I mean, it's Canada.
We appreciate the attempt there, but
we got the right answer here. It is Brian K. Vaughan. One of the greats. Saga is so good. It's one of the best things.
Why the Last Man was amazing.
Why the Last Man? Amazing. Yeah, he also did things like Runaways, right? I mean, he's just the stellar writer. All right. Justin, you won $25 to Haven Comics.
Well, that depends. Where do you live? Are you farther north than Ohio? I don't know. Maybe.
I want to answer this. I think your prize is that you live closest to Canada. That you can go. I think that's the prize.
What does our prize cam think about
Saga
that?
does need to come back. Prize cam, what do you think about them living next to Canada? I think the answer is clear.
Clearly Canadian.
We had moose meat for dinner, just so everyone knows.
I'm going to veer off and share a quick story. We'll bring Jake back on so you can hear this. My senior year in high school, we went on a class trip to Florida, and I'm a very sound sleeper. So I go to sleep, I'm out like a light, right? So in the middle of the night, I wake up.
Sorry.
And I do some yelling and blah, 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 and then I go back to sleep. Well, what had happened was the other guys who were on the trip with us had decided that they were going to mess with me. And so they started rolling me in toilet paper like a mummy. And
I need to pause right there. I need to make sure I clarify and I understand. You are such a sound sleeper that someone can roll you in toilet paper like a mummy.
Well, they didn't get that far with it, but yeah.
Oh my God.
I dug up moss from somewhere and put that on my shoulders and under my arms, and they had put clearly Canadian bottles in my ears. And that's what woke me up. The Canadian bottles in my ears.
You woke up covered in toilet paper and you said moss?
Pink moss, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That was not a great night.
I gotta be honest, it sounds like your supervillain origin story.
That's probably what it was. That would account for it. That was
The mutant power to make all the stores run out of toilet paper whenever you wish when it's not a pandemic.
I didn't know that I could do that, but now that I think about it, that is quite a power.
Hey, Josh, you were showing me a really slick cover earlier.
Yes, I was, because it was awesome. For anybody who has not yet seen this, there's the cover to Amazing Spider-Man 55 that just came out. It's a black cover, and it's a picture of Spider-Man, like a bust, head and shoulders, and it's just this ghostly spider web that forms the image, and there's the spider just kind of hanging right about where his ear would be. Well, that cover just blew everybody away. It's gorgeous. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. They
just announced the same artist is doing a similar cover with a take on Carnage. And that is horrifying and amazing at the same time. Look at that. So, this book comes out in March. We have the sign-up sheet up at the store right now. If you want to get this book and make sure that you get this cover in your box, let us know. You can post it on Facebook. We have a post about this. You can send us a message, drop me an email, whatever works for you. Just don't do it here because we'll never catch all the stuff that comes in on these chats because there's a lot of comments.
Yeah.
But let us know. And like this, see that new sign-up sheet is up. So if there's titles you want, check out the sign-up sheet, see what's coming out, and get yourself an awesome cover.
Hey, so while we talk about the sign-up sheets, what happened with DC Comics? They're not doing reprints ever again?
Well, it's not necessarily that, although pretty much. Marvel did this about 15 years ago. They were just kind of in a slump, and they had no faith in the product they were putting out. So they cut all orders back to print to order, right? So normally you would think, well, we're going to print a certain number of books above and beyond what was ordered so that we can cover things like, hey, this is popular. We're going to market this. People are going to sell through it. They're going to sell some more, whatever. DC's not doing that. They're printing to order. And so if there are damages in the shipping process, which happens more than you might think, good luck. You're not getting replacements.
Far too often.
Man.
The likelihood of you getting replacements is slim to none. So if you come to a series late and you're like, hey, man, this Batman looked pretty good. I want to get in on that. We can't increase our orders. You're not going to get it. So you've got to get in early on the order cycle if you want to be sure that you get your books from DC right now, because they're just not printing the right amount. As a matter of fact, the recent Future State Swamp Thing #1, they didn't print enough to meet the orders that they had.
Wow.
So they allocated 80%. Stores only got 80% of what they ordered.
I bet that's really good for the resale market, but I bet it's really bad for you guys.
It's very, very terrible. You can't get new readers onto a series if you're like, hey, I heard this was really good. Well, let me pick up the first issue. Oh, it doesn't exist. It's gone. Well, okay, I guess I won't ever read that ever because they're not going to pick up issue #2.
And they will forget about it by the time that the trade comes out. So
yeah.
Man, DC's had a couple of big mishaps lately, but
I blame 18.
I do too. And they've got big layoffs coming up that people that they gave notification to like a month and a half, 2 months ago, at the end of February, they're gone. And that's pretty much all the people who know what they're doing in the comic side of things. So DC is about to get real funky.
We'll see.
So that's a downer. So let's give away another prize to make me feel better.
What's up for question 6? We're going to cut to the prize can. That is going to be, let's embiggen this real quick. That is going to be Web of Venom Wraith. So that is a variant cover. And we also have another variant cover here. There's a slide up to that. That is going to be the Divided We Fall Ultimates with Thor.
That's a great cover when it's in focus. Yeah, there you go. Look at that.
So up for grabs is both of these variant covers. You got this one that is really classic, and then you got the new one that is, I haven't actually read this, but I've heard a lot of really good things about it.
Okay, so for those prizes, Jake, or whomever.
Removed myself.
Here's the question. Gary Oldman says he tried to portray the bad guy in this 1997 sci-fi film as a cross between Ross Perot and Bugs Bunny.
I believe that was the fifth element.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Boom. It makes a lot of sense because that's kind of how he came across.
Yeah, a little bit.
Fifth Element's a great movie. Multipass.
What a weird thing to pick. You know?
Made it memorable, didn't it?
Oh man.
You've never seen it.
I've never seen The Fifth Element.
I actually think you would love The Fifth Element. It's a fantastic movie.
Is that in the Die Hard series?
No.
I mean, Bruce Willis is in it, but
the ending of that movie is so weird, and there's so many just quirky, weird things.
Honestly, I think that movie becomes about 10 times better if we believe that Bruce Willis' character is just John McClane again.
I could go for that.
John McClane in space.
I will absolutely say this: Gary Oldman is the best. That dude is amazing. He can slip into a role, and you know that it's him because you recognize his face. But that's it. Everything else, he is a different character every time. The guy's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
He is incredibly scary in like Leon. Like that's one of the movies I really remember with Leon the Professional.
Oh yeah, he can be good, bad, heartwarming, whimsical, terrifying. He can be anything. Oh, and you lost some serious nerd cred points. Like,
I mean, blood from a turnip. What do you want? What do you want from me?
Hey, how you doing, sir? Welcome. Thanks for joining us. We are up to question number 7 now, I think.
believe we are on 7.
All right, Jake.
Okay.
I have lost so much nerd cred since I've started this show. I don't know why people like me. I don't anymore. I feel a deep sinking depression about the number of nerd cred points I've lost. But you got to hold on, because this isn't about gaining nerd cred points. This is about losing all of yours. I believe in you.
Okay.
Audience, be ready for this.
This is okay.
You got to know this one.
So much setup.
You're a Spider-Woman fan, right? I know you're a Spider-Gwen fan. Huge Spider-Gwen fan, right?
I do like the Spider-Gwens, yes.
How do you feel about the original Spider-Woman?
I don't know a whole lot about her, honestly. Other than
did you get a different set of questions than I did all of a sudden?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Question 7, Batman?
Okay. I just didn't know why you were going off on that tangent all of a sudden. I was looking at the questions. I was like, what in the world?
Hold on. Look, Batman for me, that was my entire childhood. Batman and Spider-Man, that was it. I sank so deep into those. I'm just assuming that Jake also knows the answer to this. Jake and I have a bond. I know he knows this. And hey, maybe I lost some more credit here. I don't know. What do I know? Back to the prize game. Okay. So this is I keep removing it.
Hey,
all right.
dude.
No, I'm flustered. I've lost so much credit. Back to the prize cam. This is local artist Tom Price. He does some really slick work. He's got a real Adam Hughes vibe. He has drawn Spider-Woman on a variant sketch cover for us here. And that's what you can win.
I'm going to just tell you right now, she looks like, and I don't know if it would make this cover better or worse, but she looks like she is about to extend that middle finger.
It'd make it better.
I mean, that's something.
Hey, Peter, are you saying nice guy and artist about Tom Price? Because he is. He's a cool guy and he's a great artist.
When are we going to have him on to answer questions?
I'm always working on him. He was working for a long time, and then now I think he's changing jobs. So we'll see. Okay, Jake. Sorry I put so much pressure on you, but also I'm not, because you better know this. In Batman, what is the name of Penguin's nightclub?
The Iceberg Lounge.
I'm sorry for believing in you, Jake. I'm sorry I believed in you so hard. I knew you would get it. I knew.
Jake is like an ice cold killer with this trivia stuff, man. He is just
He's good.
Oh, he doesn't have to work through the process or like, I don't know. Gee, let me think. He just like answer.
except for the first question, which I knew but couldn't think of.
he's got 4 out of 7, so he's doing great. And he couldn't even answer he's got 4 out of 6. We'll say a 6.
I kind of like the Groot Club. Is that just his arm? And he beat you to death with it?
Totally different vibe. Hey, Peter, thank you for being the only person in the audience that likes me anymore.
He's not talking about you. He was talking about Tom Price.
No, he said nice guy and artist, and then he said you. Yeah, see? One guy still likes me.
Those things are not necessarily related.
Oh, man. Give me something.
All right. Rock on. We're flying through this. So what's our next prize?
Our next prize is going to be a Vision trade paperback. We've got WandaVision dropping tomorrow. We're super stoked about it. So
let's talk about that for a second. Who's excited about WandaVision?
Me. Jake, you excited?
I would
Prize Cam's excited.
I have reliable access to Disney Plus.
You don't have access to Disney Plus?
Not that I am aware of.
We'll figure that out. We'll get you access.
What? I thought you were American.
Anybody?
That is your God-given right. It is the 11th Amendment.
To have Disney Plus.
The 11th Amendment.
You know, there's some really cool things that are happening in that I want to see play out. Like, for instance,
in the 11th Amendment?
Yeah, we need to see how it's written now. As WandaVision comes up and we watch through it. So they're dropping 2 tomorrow, is the way I understand it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They're doing a whole montage of classic TV styles. I'm excited to see what they're doing with that.
70s,
Yeah. Evan Peters is coming back. He's in it. We don't know what he's doing, but I mean, what else could he be doing, right? I mean, they bought Fox. He's Quicksilver.
I'm like, it won't be, but if it's anything like the Tom King Vision, I would be way more. I don't think.
Well, it's supposed to be based very heavily on Tom King's Vision, so
yeah.
Okay, maybe.
I think they're definitely pulling from that in style. I mean, it's about him living in the suburbs, right? He literally is wearing a sweater vest in one of the posters.
The OMG is the part that gets me. Like, she recognizes that that's a travesty. I think that was just a virtual.
The Middletons equally excited as me. And talk that out. We got a little bit of trepidation here. Nathaniel Saint doesn't know about it. We'll see next week. We'll revisit this conversation.
What I'm most excited about for that show was, 1, if it's based anything on Tom King's Vision, I'm excited for that. But also 2, that they actually give Elizabeth Olsen something to do.
I have one complaint about the Avengers movies. I have maybe 3 total, but one of my major complaints.
Well, let's first start with how many have you seen?
Oh my god.
It's a legit question.
I've seen all of the Avengers movies. Okay.
We have found the other 4 movies he's seen.
What's up with her accent? Her accent is gone.
Which one?
I guess that's a good answer. So she started out with an accent. Was it good? I don't know. Not up to me to decide. But it's steadily declined.
I have seen the first season of Mandalorian. I have yet to see the second.
Guys, I saw the first one. I don't like the second one. So just take all my nerd cred away. Just put me in a nerd cred hole. Just take it away.
Hey, prize cam, we're gonna have to his body.
I'm not gonna let the prize cam say anything about that because she can keep her nerd cred.
The prize cam doesn't talk. The prize cam just makes hand gestures, and up and down or east and west.
Those are our new cardinal directions, or up and down.
That's not the way.
That's 2 different people, man.
I mean, what can I do? I am who I am. Jeremy is a nerd cred debt. Yep.
Yeah, he's going to have to claw his way back up out of that.
All right. Jake, help me. Jake, help me distract everyone.
Kendall, you're so savage. Why do you do this to me?
So
All
we got
right.
another question here that which help distract away from. Oh my God! Oh Lord, have mercy! I blame you for this, Jeremy.
Because I like Rick and Morty.
Yes.
I can already tell
Owen
you
wrote it.
most likely.
So here's the question: what Stephen King book and film does Rick and Morty parody in its episode "Something Wicked This Way Comes"?
Yeah, I have never seen Rick and Morty.
Oh man.
I've
Oh
never
jeez.
seen it.
Oh man. Oh jeez.
It's like I liked the D&D crossover comics that they did. I like those. Those were cool.
Are you a Stephen King fan?
Not really.
Oh. Oh no.
So I'm going to have to guess. Something
Just name
ridiculous.
any Stephen King book / movie, and you've got a fair shot.
I'm gonna just leave this up here.
It's going to take a lot more convincing than that.
I'm like it maybe. Oh, total stab in the dark. I'm going to say The Shining.
All right. We can have one wrong answer from you. It is not The Shining. We got
The
another wrong
Shining.
answer in the comments. It is not it. It's still not it. It is not 1408.
It is not Something Wicked This Way Comes, although that sounds like the title.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a correct answer here, and frankly,
not
I'm really
Cujo.
surprised. Alan Breedlove must have had to take a long walk or something, because I know he's on top of this. Come on.
Not Pet Cemetery.
Are we going to go without giving a prize away again? That's
I
been a
think
while.
we are. I think we
It's
are.
not
I think we're going to have
It's
to.
not Firestarter. Alan Breedlove. I'm surprised at you.
Yep, I'm sad, but I think, what is this, like the second time we've ever not given a prize away?
I think so.
I'm sorry, guys. Let's move on.
We're going to tell them the
let's
answer, or
move
are we
on.
just going to leave them all hanging?
No, I think they don't
You may as
deserve
well
to
just
know.
keep it next time.
The answer is Needful Things. The 1993 film starred Max von Sydow?
Sit out.
I haven't
Okay,
seen that.
that's why nobody's ever seen that.
As the devil and Ed Harris as the town sheriff. I mean, I don't know. No one likes Rick and Morty. Christine, okay, moving on. All right. Maybe I can regain a nerd cred point, maybe one. I'm
Singular?
going to, just the
Justin
one.
just gave us the right answer, but it was after we had already given it,
Yeah.
so he is excluded.
Yeah, Justin, we got to get the answer in enough time that you can't YouTube it. Or wait, Google it. That's what I mean. Okay, so we're going to throw this up here. This is a sketch cover I did of Wanda, Scarlet Witch.
Hang on a minute. We're getting... Oh, JT said it. He said it. He was just too late.
Yeah. Zachary, are you saying you want this book? This one? Or do you want Needful Things? Because I think that you could
Since
probably
we
get
don't
that.
have Needful Things on here, I'm going to go with he wants this book.
Good. Maybe I get a nerd cred point back. I drew this. This is me. It's on a sketch cover. House of M. So
Got a House of
win
M
it.
fan here. Look at that. Hey, it's me.
All you got to do to win this is answer this question. Question 9. What 1982 Disney film was disqualified from being nominated for Best Special Effects because the Academy felt using computer-generated graphics was cheating?
This is 82.
Mm-hmm.
Great Mouse Detective.
Great Mouse Detective. Final answer.
Yes.
Okay. I respect that. It is wrong. I'm sorry.
It's wrong.
Cyclops was right. Nathaniel, digging
If
deep.
Cyclops is counted as a terrorist.
We got Tron. Right answer. That is from Justin.
Would be Tron. I was like, it has to be an animated. Did that? That's what led.
So do you guys know what the first film to use computer-generated effects was? Also a Disney film. Also a sci-fi film.
Tron. Alan Breedlove said Tron first. Oh, he did. He said a full, like, I don't know. The difference between YouTube and Facebook, it'll tell us that somebody said it from Facebook faster, and then it'll go through and add them in the right order. So I can't duplicate that. I would just give them both the prize, but I can't. So, Josh, you got to be the bad guy.
Well, whoever answered first gets it, and it's not our fault the computer lagged like that, so I think it goes to Alan. Justin says Alan got that. Justin acknowledges it.
All right, good. Alan, okay, so I want to give it to you, but you got to tell us your right name, your real name. What is it?
That's amazing.
No answer. He doesn't want it. Okay. Josh, did you tell us the answer?
Well, the Disney movie that used special effects first was The Black Hole. They used CGI.
Really?
Yep. They computer generated the ship at a scene there toward the end where all the ship was falling apart and all this. They did. But yeah,
anybody knew
never seen that either.
The Black Hole is worth a watch just because it is so bizarre. It makes a lot of, you're like, okay, I'm into it. Okay, they added a super weird character. Why is that character here? Okay, that robot looks terrifying. That's good. Okay, there's a lot of scenario. There's a lot of stuff going on here that's really scary. And then at the end, when they survive, or do they go to hell? It seems as though maybe they do, and that's the end of the movie, is everybody goes to hell. It's very weird. It's very, very weird.
That's a solid ending. Hey, you know what? I need people to know this. I need people to know this. I've seen this movie. I was a wee child, but I remember this stuff, the images. So I'm proud of myself for knowing that I saw a movie at one point. So
which movie?
This one, The Black Hole. I looked it up as we were talking, and I'm like looking through it. I mean, it's just like
I think I saw that movie once, and it was like 20-some years ago.
So
getting hit for spoilers.
Yeah,
spoilers.
so
that movie is old, guys.
Yeah, my dad used to watch like terrible sci-fi, terrible I mean, the stuff that I used to watch when I was a child is like Predator. I mean, like Predator, Terminator, that kind of stuff I shouldn't have seen. But like this, I remember this. It's garbage. I think I thought it was garbage when I saw it.
You would have, because it was.
But I would have been like a real small kid.
Go back and watch it on Disney Plus now, except for Jake, because he doesn't have it because he's not American. But go back and watch it. It is horrifyingly terrible and weird, and yet there are bits of it that are still like, wow, that's awesome.
All right.
And just so we can talk about this for a minute, we have these up at the store if you haven't seen it yet. This is handcrafted, homemade by a local artisan, and this is a Haven Comics exclusive. Now, it's wood. It's not actual Thor's hammer. This is not actually the real Thor's hammer. But he did the leather work himself. All of this. We have these at Haven. It's the only place in the world you can get this exact version of this. Really cool. I dig it. And you should pick one up because they're awesome.
Not the way they just kind of sits there and stands like it's supposed to.
Yeah. And if I do it, if I'm sitting just right, it looks like it just clubbed me in the head. Like, uh-oh.
Owen's after you. He says Westworld is the first.
He might be right. I may have out-of-date facts. May have facts that did not age well. That's entirely possible.
I'm only putting this up here because I think it's very interesting that he says this. Travis says, my dad made me watch a bunch of bad sci-fi. He says it with his dad right here. He's telling us to watch some sci-fi. He said bad sci-fi. Oh, man. Okay, we have reached the tail end of our program here. We have one question left. This one question will net you grand prize of, Jake, please help me. How do I say this right?
Onitama.
Onitama. Gotcha. Is it like, does it have some kind of secret vowel or something that I'm not saying?
Like you pronounce literally every vowel.
Okay, great. So this is, it looks to me like,
Does Onitama mean something that we don't know what it means?
Well, like Oni is typically like for a demon or a devil, and Tama means head.
So that's demon head?
Possibly. Unless it's a specific word that I'm not familiar with.
Are you one of those guys that can speak just the weird parts of Japanese, but if they were to ask you, like, hey, can you get in my car and hand me your phone, you'd be like, I can't say that. But if you want to talk about demon head, I got that conversation.
No, I have like what I call I have survival Japanese. I can go and order things in restaurants and ask where the bathroom is, but if you want to have like an actual conversation, I'm very out of practice for that.
I like it.
We got
It does look
Kindle,
kind of like Japanese chess, yeah.
Kendall asking the hard-hitting questions, yeah.
Well, the thing about Japanese chess would be like shogi is an actual game, which is basically Japanese chess.
You're gonna have to tell us what this is then, because it looks like Japanese chess with some kind of weird card game element thrown in there.
Yeah,
like poker chess.
Maybe
poker chess. Now that would be a fun game.
I think so.
It's like, so you're going to be able to move by like what your Texas Hold'em hand is? Are we going to go with like Cats via Deadlands rules? Is that happening?
Could be. That could work. I would like that.
So, right, so your initiative is a jack.
Right. So to win Onitama, all you have to do is answer this question correctly. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cast your mind back. On the set of Ghostbusters, Dan Aykroyd frequently referred to Slimer as the ghost of what actor?
Oh, dear. Yeah, I'm going to lose so much nerd cred right now because it's like, enjoy Ghostbusters as a film. I think it's a very good movie. I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of this film. I would have to say probably like the ghost of a radioactive dump site or something.
What?
The ghost of an actual human person.
Yeah.
An actual human person.
An actor. I bet they were friends.
Okay.
I suspect that they were. Actually, I'm pretty darn sure that they were.
Hey, I'm sure I'm going to get lambasted here because I'm wrong about everything. But
let's go with Harold Ramis.
Harold Ramis.
He was alive.
He was alive.
Yes, he was, but that doesn't mean anything.
This is an actor who is dead. He died way too young. I'm very blue about it.
James Dean?
Come on, brother.
No, I don't. I don't know.
Well, you know who does.
You've given me 3 tries, and I failed all 3 of them.
You know who does know? It's Justin. It's John Belushi. What's interesting to me about this is John Belushi was a Saturday Night Live guy. Dan Aykroyd wrote that movie, right? So I'm sure he wrote his friend in and made him Slimer. Right? I write you into a movie that I do, and then I make you Slimer.
Well, he just said that Slimer was the ghost of Dan Aykroyd. John Belushi. He didn't write it in.
But I'm paying reverence to my friend and making him Slimer.
Yeah, if y'all ever feel the need to pay reverence to me, do not make it that way. Be nicer about it. And thank you, Alan. I thought I was doing very nicely there too. I made a Blues Brothers.
Yeah, that was probably when I was like looking up at the ceiling and trying to think.
You were.
Jake, have you seen Blues Brothers?
I have. I love that movie.
Oh man, I haven't. I was looking for somebody to
Justin
support.
is looking to give you this game if you want it, Alan. I like this one. Just give him the answer.
I know, right? I'm just like, you gave me 3 shots at this, and I'm like, I'm just going to embarrass myself for each and every one of these because I don't know some minute thing about this movie that everybody loves.
Hey, Animal House, is it any good? I haven't seen it either.
It's very, 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 very dated, but if you can watch it and understand the time period, it's phenomenal.
Zach is bringing you some serious love.
Thank you, sir.
That is a hardcore compliment, Zach.
Yes, she was.
Mm-hmm.
And what a soundtrack that movie had, too.
I love the fact that Cab Calloway was in that movie. Or he was in. Yes, he was. Cab Calloway was awesome.
So to recap, Jake, you did really well. You won the little vodka bottles that you can hide in the little clips, right? So you won my comic, so you can finally stop feeling bad about not having it.
I can.
You won the variant comics, which are super slick. You won the Spider-Man sketch cover. You won. I see my name there. I need to make sure nobody's making fun of me about something else.
To be fair, like every time I have tuned in and answered questions for this, just maybe like 1 or 2 times, was like, yeah, Manny the Mucha. That like your book was the one thing I wanted to win every time.
That fills me with joy. I'm excited about that. Justin also killing it. He won the Haven Comic stickers. He won the $25 gift card. He won the Onitama game. I'm saying that right. We got Alan Breedlove won my comic, and then unceremoniously gave it away. He gave it to Justin. So then we've got Peter Lewis won the Doctor Who lunchbox, and that was our night. That's what we did. We also have big shout out to Nobody for winning the Vision comics. So we'll probably have that one cycled in soon. We were all excited.
Shout out again to Christine for the prizes that she made. We've got a few more of those we'll be giving away over the next few weeks.
Christine, you are the absolute best. We love you. You need to be on the show.
Yeah, you should bring you on and ask you some questions. That's a good idea. You should be a guest.
All right.
I mean, they're already straight to the bottom.
What show are we? And because I totally dig it. I love that. That's my favorite.
Yeah, it's cool.
That was a cool one.
Yep.
We look forward to seeing what that special prize is and sharing that with the audience.
No guest for me. She says no to that.
You're a guest in our
Shout out
hearts.
to the prize cam. Yeah, look at that. Best prize cam in the business, and everybody knows it. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it. It's always good to see you guys. We have a lot of fun, and we enjoy giving stuff away. So we will be back next week, same time, same bat channel. And we look forward to seeing y'all. So everybody have a great night, and we are out.
Good night, everybody.
Realtor at Haven Comics, Mr. Jeremy Brunel. And I have to play his little dealy because I forgot about it.
It's all right.
There.